So I'm gonna show you how to make a timeless cheap reanimator deck. And this is on one of my somewhat old account. And what I did is I crafted like a Swords Plowshare, a Brainstorm. I had another one. I had duress. You need like 4 rares to craft a reanimate. I personally crafted the Thoughtseize, but you could just use another duress. Here you've got Qatar Commando, which is pretty nice in Timeless because there's a lot of artifact and enchants running around, and you actually can revive this one, reanimate it later on. Chart the Course is really good to find your reanimation and to put the creature in the graveyard. I crafted the Moneyed Star because it's a nice card that's gonna go in a lot of deck in Timeless. Kiara is free. I think everybody got one, so I just put it in the deck. This thing, I don't know if it's free, but I had it, so I decided to put it in the deck, and it's okay. Maybe using more Dreadwing would be better. And I already had the Dreadwings, so I didn't craft that. I think everybody got them. They were given out at some point. You find the villains is like it's another draw 2, discard 2, and yeah, but later on you can just counter their spell to protect your creature. Zombify is free, and it's 4 mana for to get back a creature, so it's a lot slower than Reanimate, but Reanimate costs life, so be careful with that. I had Connive and Concoct laying around, so I decided to put it. I don't know if it's free or not. I wouldn't craft that. It's not that good. But sometimes the Connive is nice, and otherwise it's a 5 mana reanimate that actually surveils, so it fixes your next draw steps, and perhaps it puts a better creature in the grave for a later reanimator and stuff like that. Unreal Rites is really nice, and yeah, you've got a flashback, so you can have 2 of them. You can reanimate twice, or sometimes you're just gonna drop Unreal Rites in the grave, so you can flash it back for only 4, which is the same cost as Zombify, but yeah, there's a lot of draw discard, so having flashback on this is gonna come up. And the Troll is pretty much the centerpiece combo, and I think it's a common, so it doesn't cost a lot to craft. So, and it fixes your mana, because you're gonna swamp cycle, say on turn 1, and then on turn 2 you reanimate. So that's the main combo. Here, I think everybody got a Cloak Giant, but I'm not sure about that. No. I think I got that opening a pack at some point, and I really like it because you can, yeah, you can do a rat with that. So it's pretty nice. And yeah, with the tutor, I can tutor up the rat, but I don't think everybody got that card, so I mean, it's a nice to have, but don't craft that. Never craft a big creature unless it's cheap, because you're not going to use the big creature in other decks, apart maybe from the Troll, because it's Swamp Cycle. Yeah, I was running out of a creature, and just decided to craft this. No, I didn't craft it. I had this creature and I put it in the deck. So you're typically gonna be able to cast another free Zombify, or maybe just Chart a Course or something like that. It's not a good card. It's not the best target. But yeah, the goal is to be cheap, budget. Yeah, we're just gonna change the title for budget. And the breaker is really cheap to craft. It's an uncommon. And on the draw, that means when you play second, you can just do nothing and discard the breaker if it's in your hand, and then you can reanimate it with reanimate. And I like turn 2, it's pretty nasty. 8/4 X-proof. It's gonna swing and I mean, it's gonna wreck the early game for the opponent. It's really not funny, but yeah, I still find it funny. So yeah, then for the lands, yeah, you should craft polluted delta. This is another rare that you should craft unless you already have them, and maybe some flooded strand also. And I decided to craft ancient tomb because ancient tomb is really good. And it's going to be used in other decks, and this enables you to, yeah, I mean to do Kyra early or Zombify. It pays 2 of the 4 mana there, so it's really good for that. And it's the only way to hardcast the Breaker of Creation also. And sometime you're gonna hardcast your creature because some games take longer than you could expect, because sometimes you've got a bad hand or the opponent kills your stuff. So all my creatures here are castable, and that's something I like in my reanimator. But yeah, apart from that, Mana Confluence is another card that you can craft because it's going to go in a lot of deck. But yeah, crafting Flooded Strand is a good idea. Maybe crafting a 3 a 3 mana source land like this. It's a plain island swamp, and you get all colors. It goes with the polluted and the flooded strand. Otherwise, yeah, having like a 1 surveil is nice. Because sometimes on turn 1 you do nothing other than fetch and get your surveil 1, and you might hit a big creature. So I wouldn't craft Drowned Catacomb. I had it, so I put it in the deck. Same thing with Creeping Tar Pit. I had it, so I put it there. I think the temple are free. So if you don't have Surveil, just use your temple. Scry 1 is really nice. Godless, yeah, probably you could like craft 1. Maybe a Godless and a Water Grave. I think I already had Hallowed Fountain, and for sure don't craft a Glacial Fortress. And then you put a bit of basics there, and yeah, you've got a deck. And in sideboard, you could like put small stuff to try to mess with the weenie decks. Otherwise, I like to put like sort of a transformational sideboard. So you can see that I put a bunch of Planeswalker I had running around. So if it goes bad against a control deck, you just put in, like you transform your deck into something else. So if they try to mess up with your graveyard, well, at least, yeah, you might win with something else, like a small creature, like this thing. And this thing is to protect your creature, actually. But there you've got a bounce. For weenie, and I'd say that I could put like, yeah, there's something lacking there. I would like to have like a Disenchant, and I think Disenchant is free. Yeah. Like this is good to attack the graveyard, and if the opponent has a small creature or small stuff. And again, I've got a Blast Zone also for weenies, but yeah, maybe I was going a bit over the top with the plan against weenie. So, and don't pay for your sideboard. I personally only play 1 out, best of 1, because in best of 3, they're gonna bring in like artifact that mess your graveyard, and it's just gonna be lousy anyways, and it's not. post sideboard, it's not a good game, but yeah, maybe in post sideboard you could put like 15 creature and just go aggro if they try to mess with your graveyard. So this is an example, and this is like a mid-budget. Well, there's a lot of good lands here, so the mana is good, and it cost me like an uncome here, maybe an uncome there. Duress is sort of free, but it's uncome if you don't have it. Here you've got 4 rares, and you don't need Thoughtseize. Duress is just about as good. It's not as good, of course. And Dominic Tutor is like a nice card to craft. You're gonna use it elsewhere. And yeah, you can tutor for the swords if you need it, for reanimate, or for Zombify, or yeah, you can tutor up specific things you might need. Or if you absolutely need like a X-proof creature, you can tutor it up and then discard it elsewhere, or a land. Sometimes you just need a land, like an ancient tomb, or to fix your mana. So afterward, I'm gonna show, because I've got many accounts, so I'm gonna show what I did in other accounts also. Okay, this is on another account, and this one is more high budget. I've got 3 accounts in which I decided to do the reanimator thing, and this is the one that's the bigger budget. And I decided to craft Chrome Mox, and so far it didn't impress me, because the deck is sort of tight on card advantage and everything, and just throwing away another card to Chrome Mox is it's a bit overkill. But yeah, I kept it in the deck. I want to play with it a bit, and yeah, I did have the Ancient Tomb in this deck also. I had a Restoration Magic laying around, and I decided to try it out, and it's pretty good. The life gain is gonna help also. And yeah, the giving X-proof is like a 1 mana Counterspell a lot of times. Again, Swords Plowshare with the Demonic Tutor. Here I'm using a Tree Brainstorm. If you've got this card, it's really nice, because it's a Counterspell, it's also a discard, and it can actually be really nasty if you copy one of your creature. Again, duress. I only have 2 on this account because I decided to craft Collective Brutality and try it out. And it's the fact that it costs 2 mana is sort of messy, because you want a duress on turn 1 and probably like cycle this dude. Where is he? Yeah, you cycle the troll and then reanimate on turn 2. But you can't really do that with a 2 mana Collective Brutality, so yeah, I'm not sold on the brutality. On the other hand, you can do nasty stuff like -2/-1 of their creature, then discard a bird creature to the grave and do a duress. So it costs more, it does more, but sometimes it's just a bad duress, because if you pay 2 just to duress the enemy, it's not good. Yeah, and at that point you probably want to discard a card to put a creature in the grave just to gain 2 life, but it's sort of messy. And yeah, you can see that I just put the commando in all my decks because I think it's really nice. And against control, you drop that in their turn, and they get bashed for 3 each turn. So it's like a surprise attack. Charter Course to fill the grave. Yeah, the tutor. Yeah, it's the same thing. And I was trying out the stock up here. And yeah, I'm not sure if it's better than the Dreadwing, because the Dreadwing does some damage also, and it's gonna repeat each turn. Is gonna put more stuff in the grave, and if they kill the Dreadwing, well, they're not killing your big stuff. So again, Zombify on Burial Rites, and here I crafted only 2 breaker because I had better creatures. Like I got a Jin Jitaxia, which is pretty nasty, a Bahamut, which I had, so why not? Just threw it there. Yeah, the Zitalpa double strike is indestructible, is okay, but it's not as good as X-Proof. Yeah, probably the breaker is way better than the Zitalpa, but whatever. That's what I had, so I threw it there. Don't forget, a reanimator is not that serious. It's more like for fun. And the number of land here, it's 18, and it's a bit low, actually. Probably could put more lands. I prefer like 20 or 21 lands. But for sure there's a 19 one there. But yeah, you know what? I'm going to remove a brainstorm. I'm just going to put a land instead. So just check if I've got something. Probably just going to put like a tap land of some sort. Surveil is there. Yeah, let's just put a scry land. There we go. So now I'm at 19 plus the chrome box is like 20, and maybe 21 is better, but for now I'm gonna keep it like that. So yeah, you can see that the land I just used whatever I had, but I do like 5 fetches and the ancient tomb. So starting town, why not? Surveil is good. And don't craft this. If you got it, use it. Otherwise, don't craft it. Same. Yeah, this thing is pretty bad. No. You need to pay 4 to scry. Don't put that in your deck. That's what I wanted to put there. It scries right away. Surveil. Yeah, you probably will need to craft like a godless and a water grave. If you've got more budget, you can craft an hallowed fountain, and maybe there's too much basic there, like only 1 island and 2 swamp is probably better. So maybe I could put more stuff. But yeah, that's another example, and this one was a higher budget because of Chrome Mux. But that's the first deck I built. And afterward I didn't craft Chrome Mux because it didn't perform. So this is the micro budget version. And you can see that I've got like nothing left now. Like a 7 common and 2 uncoms. So I crafted Swords to Plowshare. I had to craft a Brainstorm, 3 duress, and this is where the rare went. Most of the rare is 4 reanimate. My mythics, yeah, I didn't even craft a demonic star because I only had 1, so it went to ancient tomb. And for sure the next craft of mythic would be like a demonic star. Maybe you can craft demonic star and skip on the tomb, but I like it, the mana boost that the tomb gives the deck, especially since the lands are super weak. Yeah, you can see that it's way weaker, and I went up to 21 lands. When your lands are bad, you need more lands. You've got more chance to hit your colors, and you can see a lot of basic here. So yeah, you've got the really crap fetch lands. Like we got 3 crap fetch here. I think the temples are free, so I put all 3 that they gave us. Afterward, yeah, I crafted an ice tunnel. And why did I craft an ice tunnel? Where there's a good reason. And I think I drafted a godless shrine at some point, so I crafted the ice tunnel. So now my this guy, the cycle dude, the troll. Yeah, that's how you get your dual lands. So you got 4 cards to cycle, and you're gonna hit the ice tunnel or a godless shrine most of the time, or a swamp. If your life is low, just go for the swamp. But and that's the problem. I didn't have enough rare to craft a water grave, so I went with the ice tunnel. but at least I already had a Gala Shrine, so you can see that that's how it works with bad lands. Otherwise, yeah, again, craft chart of course, that's what makes the deck run. And I had a Dreams of Laguna running in my collection, so I just threw that. So with the three duress, I put Pilfer. I want to try to use Pilfer, and it's slower, of course. It costs 2 mana instead of only 1, but yeah, it's like a Thoughtseize that doesn't damage you, but it's way slower. It's 2 mana, but yeah, so far I'm impressed with Pilfer. It really works. So Kyra, and now you can see that I just decided to put 4 Dreadwings in here. Maybe that's one too much. Could try to use something that another discard spell for 2 mana. But yeah, so far I'm trying it out like this. Zombify comes for free. I had a Kaito, so I decided to use it. And basically you can stun a creature so that your big creature goes to attack without a blocker or something like that, and otherwise you've got the surveil 2, so you put stuff in the grave and you could also actually attack with the creature. Here you can see that I don't have the commando. Maybe I could craft one, or did I put it in the side? No, I didn't. Ah, yeah, I've got the commando on the side, so maybe the commando could go and replace the Dreadwing. But the thing is that it's a bird. Yeah, well, actually, maybe yeah, I could remove a Dreadwing and put the commando in there. Otherwise, so yeah, that's the one of the best creature I could find. Because I did craft 4 trolls and 4 breaker. So afterward I don't know if there's another big damage, nice cool uncommon card that I could craft, but that's the only thing I've got left, uncommon and common. So I add this in my collection, so I just decided to use it. Same thing with Massacre Worm. I think it comes in free in the game, so I just decided to use it. I opened the Runescare Demon at some point, so I put it there. And yeah, that's about it. And at some point I was using Aurelia, I think it's called. Aurelia. It's fucking... okay. And it really was shit. The thing is that the 4 toughness is just not enough. At some point they had better flying creature than my reanimator deck. It was crazy. I couldn't attack, and she got burned out also because she only has 4 toughness. So yeah, that's bad, and you can't cast it from your end, so another reason why it's bad.
over until peace has blessed all. My life will support yours. We will always stand against evil.
I've seen scarier things in a bowl of noodles.
This is your rank. After each... This is your rank. After each victory, it'll improve.
The competition can be fierce, but rewarding.
You'll earn rewards based on your highest rank each season. The higher the rank, the better the rewards. You can check on your rank in the profile too.